Seeing as Season 17 is extremely boring, I have set out on an attempt to find the Sea of Thieves Alternatives. And I've conducted this search just by searching Pirate on Steam and then setting the price to free because I'm not paying for any of these. And then just downloading a whole bunch of free pirate games that kind of looked like Sea of Thieves according to the pictures. Yeah, this looks good. So this is all my pirate games that I found. I've lined them up here. And the first one I'm playing is called Pirates. So this is the pirate game. It's literally called Pirates. So with all of these games, I didn't look at anything on them. I just downloaded them and I'm playing them for the first time here. This one I mainly just downloaded because it's called Pirates and it has alright graphics. I don't mind these sort of graphics. So I thought it could be pretty decent. So when you click play, you get taken to this like character customizing screen. And you have to give him points. There's like perk points, which was interesting. I didn't think it was going to be like this. But eventually I had him looking like a pretty realistic pirate, so then I just clicked play and it took me into the actual game. And once I loaded in, I lost all my hope that this was going to be a decent game. What is this? To sort of sum it up, it's some sort of survival game, I think. It's hard to describe what it is. You have an inventory, you have crafting, and you can make like shelters and campfires and then cook meat. The world that you're in is like a tutorial sized level. There's like 3 islands and that's it. There is also no sailing, I don't think at all. There is ships around, but they don't seem to be able to move. There is a little bit of combat as well. There was these skeleton guys that were attacking me. But again, it just feels like a tutorial. So yeah, I don't know if this is like supposed to be like a test game or like a demo. It doesn't say that. If you played whatever this was and then you got put into an open world sort of thing with heaps of other players, that would make sense, but there isn't. This is the whole game. I still spent some time in this game though. I got a bed down and then I got a crafting table down, but there just isn't anything to do. It seems like it's just testing stuff out. I then died and decided to go back to the main menu because there was a multiplayer mode, but there was no one on it and it wasn't like an actual open world thing. It was just where you can host a world and then your friends can join. So there was nobody playing, and if I hosted one, no one was going to join because I'm pretty sure I am the only person with this game downloaded. The next game I played was called The Pirate Plague of the Dead. And this one was very interesting looking. On the very main menu, it had ads for other games, and you might notice that all of these games look like mobile games. So I have a bit of a sneaking suspicion that this is probably a mobile game that has just been put on PC. After reading through some of this like generic story stuff, I got into the actual game, which immediately reminded me of Sid Meier's Pirates, that old pirate game if anyone's played. That's a pirate game you should actually play because you play with this like bird's eye following view of your boat. And I actually quite like how this game looks. It's like kind of old, but not a bad old. I think it's 2015 or something, so it's not crazy old. So for this first part, you're put in a tutorial where it just teaches you how to move around and then shoot your cannons at a boat. There's no like aiming the cannons or reloading the cannons. You don't actually have to do anything. You're just pointing your boat and then clicking the spacebar when you want to shoot. When you do take a boat down, you then can loot it if you sail over to it and gather like the resources from it. And you can sell these at like outpost things, or you can use it to upgrade your boat. And then you kind of just repeat this over and over again. Another thing that was pretty cool is ships can surrender, I think, once you kill enough crew. And then you can take them over and they become sort of part of your fleet. So then when you do another mission where you've got to go fight more boats, you have a bigger team versus their team. But I mean, that's pretty much it. You just kind of do this over and over again. I'm guessing you just keep getting bigger and bigger boats until maybe there's an ending, seeing as there's a bit of a story. I guess it ends at some point. I don't know. This feels like a game I'd play in the middle of class because it was the only one that would run on my computer. It's like all right. It's not crazy good, but it's better than doing nothing. That's how I'd describe this one. So this game's called Pirates Gambit Demo. And I had no clue what this was. Like I said, I just was scrolling on Steam and was downloading a bunch of these. But this one is infinitely better than the other ones I just played. I was planning to play this like for just half an hour just to get the footage for this video, but I kept playing because it's actually a very good game. And it's completely free. It's a demo, but I would easily pay like $15 or $20 for this game. The only way I can describe this is like that one Kingdom Come Deliverance game that you play next to the tavern, you know, with the dice. And if you haven't played that, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like poker, but with dice. You have to strategically select which dice you're rolling and which dice you're keeping to reach a certain score. So then once you do get the score to pass the level, it brings out this game board that you're actually playing on. And you then can move along the board by rolling another dice. And the board has a whole bunch of different things on it. Sometimes you'll go to a shop, sometimes you'll do these little mini events. and you earn these gold coins, and then you can use those gold coins to buy upgrade cards and upgrade your dice and get different abilities, which then lets you play the game in heaps of different ways. Like you can go for certain combinations, you can upgrade certain things and get certain dice. It's heaps more complex than it looks. At first I thought it was just luck with how the dice rolls, but there's heaps to the game. And like I said before, this is a completely free demo. This is the best demo I've played ever. It feels like a fully finished game. It obviously isn't like a Sea of Thieves pirate game. It's a lot different to that. But if I had to recommend one of these games, it's definitely this one. Okay, so a big change up from that last game. This one is called, let me find the name, Unearned Bounty. And this just is like a mobile game. It's to be honest, I don't want to be mean to it, but it's like a mobile game ad. So you spawn in as this little ship, and you have to go around killing other ships, which are all bots. I don't know if they're meant to be players. I'm the only person playing this game, so maybe it normally would be players. And then when you kill someone, you get these coins. If you get enough of the coins, you can then upgrade your boat to either get faster speed or more cannons, or be able to drop kegs off the back of it. And that's it. That's the whole game. You just drive around and upgrade your boat and try and not die. And I played this for way too long. Like I needed maybe 3 minutes of footage, and I think I played this for at least an hour. And yeah, I mean, the only upside, I guess, is that I didn't pay anything for this. It's free. I guess this is what I should be expecting from a free Steam game. Maybe if it was against real players, it would be decent if there was some sort of leaderboard. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. It's just exactly what you see on the screen is what is going on. The only time I would probably play this is if it was on those unblocked game sites that you use at school. Like if it was on Cool Math Games, I would probably say this is pretty decent. Out of all the free games you can choose from on Steam, I wouldn't be picking this one. Okay, now this game you may have seen. This one's called Blazing Sails. And this was decently big a couple years ago. I played it right around when it came out, and it was a pretty decent game. I don't know what's happened, but now there is nobody playing it, and it looks exactly the same as when I played it, so I guess they haven't updated it. And it is just Sea of Thieves, but as a battle royale. That's it. That's the whole thing. And I actually didn't think I was going to get a game. But then when I clicked on Battle Royale, I went to this lobby and there was 5 people in it. So I thought, oh, great. So I was assuming that we were all solo and we were all going to be versing each other like 1v1. But then when I actually got into the game, I realized that we weren't all solo. They were all on a team. And then I was by myself. So it was like a galleon versus sloop. You spawn in and you have to loot up on the islands. You go and get guns and cannons and upgrades for your boat. And then you sail around looking for other players as the storm closes in. I genuinely like the gunplay and the ship combat in this. It's different to Sea of Thieves. It's not as complex. Like, for example, you don't bucket your boat. You just start up this pump at the bottom and then it pumps the water out for you, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I just sailed around until eventually they found me and then I just got completely rolled by them. I wish this game was still big. If they kept updating this and was able to keep an audience for it, I feel like this could have been a big game. And I feel like the number one killer of these games is just not having a consistent player base. Because, you know, for this to be any fun, you need like at least, 30 people, preferably more, in a server at one time. And then when you lose, you want to be able to quickly jump into another one. You just can't do it if there's not the player base for it. So, another good free game, unfortunately, it's just dead. And I don't see it coming back. Even Arena in Sea of Thieves died, and that didn't have the issue of a player base. It just didn't work, for the game. I think pirates and battle royales might just be a very tricky combination to make work. And now the final game, Pirate Fighting Simulator. This is just Sea of Thieves TDMing in a game. So if you want a Sea of Thieves experience, this is as close as you're going to get. It has the sniper, the pistol, the blunder. It has blunder bombs, and then it's even got bananas that you can eat to heal yourself. And you play as Train Gus. So if you ever wanted to be Train Gus, you can in this game. It was made by a Sea of Thieves creator, not very well known, called The Bee. And believe it or not, there is commonly a lobby running on this almost every night. But you can also host your own servers like what I'm doing here. So if you just want to TDM with people you can do that pretty easily. It's not perfectly like Sea of Thieves, but I don't know, maybe you could use this for practice. And this does still have the one blunder. If you've been missing the one blunder, you can reminisce about it a little in this game. To wrap up this video, pirate games are rarely good, especially free ones. And even though Sea of Thieves isn't perfect, it is the best pirate game currently. There is nothing even close to it. And any attempts that have been made, like that one Ubisoft game, I don't even remember the name, like Black Flag maybe, are just horrible. Nothing comes close to it. And I think that's the reason why Sea of Thieves is still alive. Like, yes, there's barely been anything added to the game for years at this point, But if somebody wants to play a pirate game, you don't really have a choice. Like, you're not going to play one of the ones I just showed you. And the fact that it's open world, you can play it however you want. There's voice chat. It's just able to stay alive purely based off the player interactions you have in the game. And that's all I got to say. So I'll see you guys around.